Hey everyone, welcome back to the Chilling Room. Tonight I'm about to take you on a journey through love, shadows, obsession, and the unsettling space between the living and the dead. This isn't just a ghost story. This is a warning, so dim your lights, put on your headphones, and prepare yourself for The Haunted Vow, a tale of forbidden love. Ryan was the kind of guy everyone liked. Soft-spoken, hard-working, a college kid from Ohio who spent most of his time buried in engineering books. He had dreams, big ones, build something real, make his family proud, live a quiet, honest life. Then came Isabella. She wasn't the loudest or the most dramatic person in the room, but she had a warmth to her, the kind that made people open up. A biology major who wanted to become a doctor, obsessed with nature, animals, and quiet places. Ryan and Isabella started as friends. Late-night chats, library hangouts, walks across the campus, and slowly, without either of them saying it, they became the center of each other's world. Life moved on. They left school campus. Ryan went to a new city for engineering prep classes. Isabella went to another for med school prep. Yet, distance only made them closer. Their video calls became lifelines. They'd share movies over screens, complain about exams, dream about the future they wanted together. A little apartment, 2 careers, maybe a dog. Simple, but beautiful. But life doesn't always follow the script. Neither of them passed their big entrance exams. Ryan was devastated. Isabella was crushed. They reassured each other, of course. We'll try again. We'll get through this. But failure changes people in subtle, quiet ways. Ryan left town to stay with relatives and prepare again. Isabella returned to her family home in the mountains, a peaceful little town called Evergreen, surrounded by forests and old stories locals didn't like to talk about. She stayed with her aunt, whose house sat near the woods. Evergreen had its own rhythm, calm, cold, and slightly eerie after sunset. There Isabella met Jake, a friend of her cousin, charming, confident, smooth talker, but with something unsettling in his eyes. He knew exactly what to say to make people feel safe, understood, almost under his influence. And slowly, Isabella, already emotionally fragile, grew close to him. Ryan noticed the change immediately. Her texts became shorter. Her calls lacked warmth. The girl who once talked for hours now sounded like a stranger trying to escape the conversation. Ryan would ask, "Is everything okay?" She'd simply say, "I'm fine, just tired." But her voice told another story. Ryan's friends saw him deteriorating. He wasn't sleeping. He barely ate. He'd stare at his phone, waiting for a message that never came. His hands shook when her name appeared on screen. One night, after a panic attack, his friends decided to take him to a local spiritual practitioner, a quiet, mysterious healer people in town whispered about. Not a fraud, but not someone you'd visit casually either. In a candlelit room filled with herbs and strange charms, the healer looked at Ryan for a long time, then said, "She isn't choosing to leave you. Something is pulling her away." Ryan froze. The healer continued, "A man has placed a dark influence over her. Not love, not affection, control. Something that binds her thoughts." Ryan didn't believe in spells or rituals, but the healer's words hit too close to the truth. He gave Ryan a set of charms, saying they could break the influence if Isabella still had love left in her heart. Ryan tried contacting Isabella again. No response, no calls, nothing. Desperate and terrified, he traveled to Evergreen with his 2 closest friends. The mountain air felt heavy, like something was watching them from the shadows. When Ryan finally found Isabella, she looked drained, eyes swollen, pale, as if she hadn't slept in days. She wasn't angry. She was scared. She whispered, "Ryan, Please don't be here. You don't understand. Her hands trembled when he tried to touch them. He saw tears forming, the real Isabella flickering for a moment. But then she pulled away violently and rushed back inside her aunt's house. It was the last time Ryan would ever see her alive. A week later, Ryan received a call. Isabella had taken her own life. The silence after that call was colder than any winter Ryan had ever known. His world collapsed. His friends feared he'd follow her, but the real horror had only begun. Weeks after her death, Ryan started having vivid dreams of Isabella. Not peaceful dreams, not memories. She stood beside his bed, calling his name, crying, begging him not to leave her. Sometimes he woke up gasping, feeling hands around his neck. Sometimes he smelled the forest of evergreen in his room. Sometimes he heard whispers, "You're mine now, don't leave me." His health declined again, faster, sharper, as if something drained the life out of him. Even his friends felt a presence in the house at night, a chill, a shadow, a sobbing sound coming from Ryan's locked room. Terrified, they returned to the healer. The healer listened quietly, then said something that made everyone's blood run cold. Her spirit has latched on to him. She does not want to move on. She believes death reunited them, and she will not release him. There was only one solution, a ritual older than any written record, a symbolic marriage between Ryan and Isabella's spirit, a wedding between the living and the dead. The purpose wasn't romance, it was closure, a way for her spirit to stop clinging desperately to him. The ritual took place at midnight. Candles, incense, a portrait of Isabella. Ryan trembling as he repeated vows that echoed through the room. May you find peace. May you walk where I cannot follow. And may love release us both. When the ritual ended, a heavy weight lifted. The air warmed, the shadows dissolved, and for the first time in months, Ryan slept peacefully. Ryan slowly healed. The dream stopped. The presence faded. But he never returned to Evergreen. He never spoke about Jake again. And he never talked about the ritual outside his closest circle. Did Isabella truly fall under a dark influence? Did something from the forested town of Evergreen change her fate? Or was love simply not enough to save her? Whatever the truth is, one thing is certain. Some bonds don't end with death. Some spirits hold on. Some vows never break. So tell me, do you think emotional ties can become supernatural chains? Can love turn it to a haunting? And would you ever take part in a ritual like Ryan's just to find peace? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And remember, in the darkest moments, stay close to the ones who can pull you back from the edge. Because sometimes the darkness falls in love with you too.